Hello and welcome to a damp and overcast Donington Park for rounds 11 and 12 of the Ginetta Challenge. So cars on the grid in very cold, wet conditions at Donington Park. Mike Robinson on pole position and Thiago Calvet starts alongside him. Well, as for our championship contenders, points leader Sean Heighton lines up in third. Mark Davis right beside him on row 2 of the grid. Seems to be a bit of drama and some marshals surrounding Davis' car, but big thumbs up all round. Looks like the entire grid is ready to go. Wipers on, if you've got a roof and a windscreen, that is. Here's Gary Sims. On-board camera, he's the pole man in the G20 class. These cars all with identical chassis and engines. It's really the bodywork that is the main difference between them. That and the tyres, with treaded road tyres for the G20s like Gary Sims' car, and a choice of slicks or wets for our G40s. It's Mike Robinson's blue and black car that leads, with Sean Heighton's black machine on the inside. Clive Richards tucking up to the inside line as well, looking for third place into Redgate. And through they all go, everybody minding their manners so far, and the ball of spray is going to make that even more difficult to do. And straight away, Lee Mole is in trouble. He's gone off on the exit of Hollywood, hard into the barriers. That's the end of his race. Oh, a big spin there as well. And that's the 87 car of Paul Latimer. Will he avoid the gravel? No. Looks like he may be beached. We might end up with a safety car out at the end of the first lap. The open G20s, the closed G40s mingling in qualifying, but out front it is Mike Robinson with the lead. The black car in second is Sean Heighton. Mark Davis dropping behind them, he's down to 5th. Clive Richards in 4th and Thiago Calvet in 3rd. So our championship contenders separated by 2 or 3 cars. Our G20 leader is Dominic Pettit in the yellow machine, and 21 there, a storming start from 25th on the grid for Richard Sykes. Leaders already down at the Fogarty's S's. Mike Robinson leads them through. Sean Heighton, Thiago Calvet following. Vital to get your braking done nice and early down at the Melbourne hairpin. If you're too late over the brow, you'll just go straight on. Thiago Calvet down the inside of Sean Heighton for second, and Clive Richards being dive bombed there as well. Mark Davis didn't quite get by him. We've got the orange car of William Burns behind them in 6th position as the leader gets towards the end of the first lap. 20-minute race here at Donington Park, so it's on time, not on lap length. On board with Sean Heighton, Thiago Calvet in that second position, throwing water all over Heighton's windscreen, and Calvet looking to the inside at Redgate, dives up very tight on the way in, takes the lead from Mike Robinson, who counters on the exit. Yellow flags are out, so Robinson will hold that advantage as we swing round through Hollywood now on the crest of the hill, just over the rise and starting to drop down the Craner curves. Now the driver's side of the screen does have a wiper, but it's not perhaps as efficient as a road car wiper might be. Top 7 breaking away from everybody else. Mike Robinson, the leader, now starting to ease away from Thiago Calvet and Sean Heighton. Here's lap 1. Oh, on the grass on the inside, Lee Mole, and out of control. That's a very hard impact in the barriers. Fortunately on the passenger door side though. So as far away from the driver as possible. And Paul Latimer's spin halfway down the Craner curves, another easy mistake to make. I think he has been taken out of the gravel, but that's a worrying moment. On board with Gary Sims, not far behind. Watch Latimer's car loop round. 3 G20s make contact in avoidance, and that's another heart-in-the-mouth moment on an opening lap that Gary Sims could probably have done without. As past him there screamed Richard Sykes. Battle for 3rd, and that's the championship contenders. Sean Heighton on the outside in the black car, and diving through has gone Mark Davis, so he's moved in front of his arch rival. Don't forget, 1 point separates those two, and Davis down the inside into Goddard's, and that's a great move, and he has taken 2nd place away from Thiago Calvet. So Davis on the charge now, and that means he at the moment has the championship lead from Sean Heighton, the black car, in 4th place. So an enterprising Well, not even third of a lap. Couple of corners from Mark Davis. He went from fourth to second, halfway around the Melbourne Loop. Still Mike Robinson is our leader though. Mark Davis in second. Coming down the hill, the battle for third. Thiago Calvé and Sean Heighton, the Black Machine. Down the Craner curves, the water runs across the road all the way through here, coming down the big hillside, runs across the Craners, runs across the old hairpin. So even as the track starts to dry out, the hillside is pouring little rivulets across it. Donington Park in mixed conditions can be very tricky, and when it's raining consistently will stay very tricky as well. And drivers, well, they need their visibility, because where the standing water is changes every lap, and that's Heighton off, a long way off at Coppice. Got onto the brakes a fraction late over the brow, turning into the blind double right-hander, and just did not get any retardation at all. You saw immediately he straightened the car up instead of spinning it. Watch the black car as he comes into shot. Watch his front wheels. No steering at all, just desperately trying to get the car slowed down before the barriers. And that's good thinking. On board with Heighton. Off the throttle, on the brakes, wants to let it roll through the gravel as far as he can, find a bit of grass on the exit to try and find some grip, even though the gravel is wet and will be a little harder packed than normal. Battle for the lead now. Mike Robinson at the Melbourne hairpin, repulsing the efforts of Mark Davis in second place. That one looks like it's not done by any stretch of the imagination. Mark Davis, a little bit of a cautious opening lap or two, but now here he comes up the inside, and that's a great move. That's absolutely textbook stuff. He now has the lead. Mike Robinson in second. In the background, Thiago Calvé in third and Clive Richards in fourth. So Sean Heighton's off has certainly cost him lots of ground and points versus our new, currently, championship leader, Mark Davis. Davis has got trouble in his mirrors if he can use them. Mike Robinson is coming. Here is Sean Heighton, and he's just gone by Graham Johnson, who started in 7th place. So he is now up among the lead group. That's William Burns in front, who's in 6th position, the orange and white machine. So he's a long distance behind. The points remain the same if you finish in the top half dozen, whether you're a second or a minute and a half behind the leader. That momentary mistake from Sean Heighton's been repeated by many. We're on board with our G20 pole sitter Gary Sims. As you can see now from the onboard camera, much less in terms of rain in the air. Track still very wet in places, starting to dry out down on the Melbourne Loop then. Sims still finding that grip difficult to exploit. Don't forget, they are on treaded road tyres in these G20s. The car with which Ginetta really staged their resurgence. Well, there's our race leader in the class, Dominic Pettit, and he's some way in front. Only qualified as second best, of third best in fact, of the G20s, but exploiting his experience in these wet weather conditions. At the checkered flag, Davis romping away from the rest of the field, over 10 seconds clear as he races to victory, and that's a resounding result as he takes the championship lead. Well, massive gap back to Mike Robinson in second, Thiago Calvé in third, Sean Heighton eventually finishing 5th at the line. Well, confirmation of Dominic Pettit as the G20 winner. He was over 20 seconds clear of his closest rivals. Sean Heighton finished in 5th position, with Thiago Calvé and Mike Robinson chasing our race winner to the line. He was Mark Davis.